Hi, and welcome to this week's practice. This week we have a very targeted practice that will deal with only the neck and shoulders and opening the upper body. So it is not a normal flow like we would do on the channel. It is just very singular, and there will be just a tiny bit of core work, but really what we're looking at is stretching and strengthening into the upper body. So we will get right to it. We're going to keep this nice and short so that you can play this video at any time whenever you need to stretch and work into the upper body and just to feel a little bit better after we sit and work all day. So let's go ahead and just come to a cross-legged seat. It doesn't matter which leg is in front of the other. And just take a moment, sit up tall, check in with yourself. And just note the length of the spine so that you're sitting at your very tallest with the crown of the head reaching towards the sky. And the hands can just rest on the knees. To start, just to awaken those shoulders and the upper body, we're going to shrug the shoulders and draw them up to the ears really tight, almost like we're creating tension as we bring them up. And then release them down. Let them drop and feel heavy. We'll do that 2 more times. Draw them up to the ears, shrug the shoulders, and then release. Feel the shoulders draw down the back. 1 more time, lifting up. And then release it all out and relax. Very good. And we'll start with some neck rolls next. And from here, take the right ear over towards the right shoulder. And we'll slowly roll the head down towards center as the chin starts to draw in. As we come back towards the left and draw the left ear towards the left shoulder, we inhale, and we'll roll back down again on an exhale. We'll start to key up the breath through these movements to help ease yourself through any tension. And you can certainly go at your own pace. Exhale on the way down, and inhale as you draw the ear towards the shoulder. One more. We'll end on the left side. And then draw the head back to neutral. Very good. From here, let's take the hands behind the head and we'll interlace the fingers. And just take them to the very back of the head. And we'll start to curl the chin in, draw the elbows together. And we're just using the hands as a weight. So do not pull the head down towards the earth. We're just using that as a weight. As we look down, draw the tailbone slightly under and feel the upper back start to curve. As the chin starts to pull in, there is a tendency to hold the breath. And just make sure you're keeping your inhales and exhales even. And that you're not holding any tension in the face or the jaw. On the next inhale, we will slowly lift our head up with care and release the hands. From here, take the hands around the knees so that they're gripping more the front part of the knees. And we're going to take a few seated cat-cow positions. So on an inhale, we'll use the hands to draw ourselves forward, lift the chest up, sternum starts to draw towards the sky as the gaze goes up. And then on an exhale, we will rock back slightly on the sit bones As we curl in through the upper body, draw the navel in. Inhale once more. Gazing up towards the sky, feel the elbows draw back as the hands provide leverage on the legs. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, draw the navel in. Feel the shoulders rounding across the back. Inhale forward. Exhale, round. After this exhale, we will return back to neutral. From your seated position, take the right hand back behind your right hip, so a little further back, and allow the palm to touch the ground. As we inhale, that left arm up towards the sky. Maybe bend that right elbow, feel the opening through the left side body. And then exhale, straighten that right elbow. And we're going to circle that left arm behind us, making big back strokes. As far as you can take it, if you feel any pain or pinching in your shoulder, maybe make your circle a little smaller. Mine will be a little smaller because of the couch behind me. And we'll just take 3 nice big circles here. Exploring the range of movement in our shoulders, which is important just to keep that movement throughout every single day, because I think we kind of forget that our body moves in all directions. So let's take that over towards the left side and place the left hand behind the left hip a little further back. We'll inhale the right arm up towards the sky. Maybe bend that left elbow slightly. Keep the chest open, and so that it's still facing upward. So don't allow yourself to curl in and roll over, but to stay open and keep the chest broad. From here, straighten that elbow if you had it bent, and we'll take those big circles with the right arm. Like you're making big backstrokes in the swimming pool for 3 and 2 and 1. Very good. From here, let's all come into a tabletop. So check your alignment in your tabletop so that the shoulders are directly above the wrists and the hips are above the knees. And we'll do some just normal cat and cows from this position. So inhale, drop the belly as you gaze up, and then exhale, push the mat away from you, tuck the tail, come into cat. Inhale with your cow pose and use the breath. Exhale and round into your cat. Feel the shoulders spread wide across the back, pressing into the mat with those palms. 1 more. And then letting yourself come back into tabletop, into a neutral spine position. In your tabletop, we are going to keep the arms exactly where they are and also the hips directly over the knees. The only thing that we are going to change is the position and the protraction of our shoulder blades, and we'll take some shoulder dips. So you may not see much movement happening with me here, but we will lower and allow the chest to sink, keeping the elbows straight, and draw the shoulder blades together. Almost like you're trying to pinch a pencil in between your shoulder blades. And the tailbone is still just a slight tuck of the tailbone, keeping the core drawn in so we don't let the belly just kind of hang out there. We're keeping that neutral and just focusing on the shoulders. From here, we're going to push into our hands and separate the shoulders as you feel a slight rounding in the upper back. Feel the energy drawing up from your hands as you really push into the mat and push it away from you. We're going to lower down once more, again just dropping the chest, and feel the shoulder blades draw together. Pinch that pencil in between the shoulder blades. Keep the elbows straight, and then push up. Allow them to expand and to broaden across the backside of your upper back. We'll take 2 more. Draw the shoulder blades together. Keep your navel drawn in. And then push against the mat. Feel them expand wide. One more. It's a very small movement, but it is very active. From here, we just come back into tabletop. Allow your shoulders to relax. And we're going to take a balancing table. So again, exploring that range in our shoulder. In our balancing table, you do have a couple of options. If you really want to focus on the arms and the upper body, then I suggest keeping your foot on the mat, and I will show you that. So if you want to take the full expression of the pose, start by extending the left leg, keep the foot flexed, and then lift that right arm alongside the right ear. Focus on keeping that right arm nice and long. Extend through the fingertips. At the same time, if your foot is lifted, push into that back heel almost like you're stepping onto the wall behind you. If you want to have your foot resting on the earth and just focus on working on the strength in your upper body, you can just have your toes touching back behind you. From your balancing table, we're going to work on our balance and also on our lateral movement. So again, either keep that foot on the earth, or if you want to try for a full balance, we're going to extend the right arm out to a T shape. At the same time, take that left foot out to the side, coming as far as you can and staying strong in the core, and then draw it back towards center. We'll take that 3 more times. Extending out to the side and back to the center. You'll probably feel the left shoulder really working here as well, just to support your weight. Extend it out. And then exhale, draw it back towards center. One more. And then draw it back. Very good. From here, let's give the shoulders a break. If you are having any chronic issues in the shoulder or upper body, I suggest taking breaks or pausing the video whenever you need. Return to your tabletop, and we will take that on the left side, again using the option that suits you if you want to extend the leg long or keep it down on the mat. Wherever you're at, start by extending the right leg and then lifting the left arm alongside the left ear. Shoulders should be away from the ears, and then also the left and the right hip should be just about even, so you don't feel yourself starting to pick the right hip up towards the sky. Keep them nice and square. From here, we'll take those lateral balances. So take the left hand out to a T and then draw the right leg out beside you. And then bring it back, extending the fingertips long and pushing into that right heel. We'll take 3 more. Drawing them out to the side on the inhale. Exhale, returning them back out long. 2 more. This is quite a good hip strengthener as well. Last one, extend it out long. And then return to your tabletop. Very good. From here, we will come back into our seated position and do a few shoulder exercises, few more shoulder exercises and strengtheners. Oh, I'm struggling to talk today. From here, let's take our hands and place them on top of our shoulders, almost like we have little cupcakes underneath our hands that we're trying not to squish. And then draw the elbows out so that they're level with your shoulders. And we'll take a few stretches. So draw the elbows in so they're touching or almost touching. And then we'll start to round in the upward back, tucking the chin, allowing the head to fall and feel heavy. And then we'll inhale, draw the elbows up, start to gaze up towards the sky, and we'll separate the elbows and start to draw circles as we open up the shoulders wide and then draw the shoulders down, and we'll come back into that tuck. Lifting up, drawing our circles, and tucking once more. Let's reverse the circle. So coming from where you just came from, bring the elbows together and then round forward. We'll do 2 more. Feel the chest expand. And then curl in, slightly tucking the tailbone. And then finally draw the elbows together. We'll round forward. And then come back up to sit up tall. Okay, the next shoulder exercises are a little bit more fatiguing. So we'll do 2 rounds of them, and if you are only up for 1 round, by all means go ahead and hit fast forward, and you can skip the second round or just take it at your own pace. I do recommend coming up to kneeling so you have a little bit more space versus sitting in your cross-legged pose. So if you need a blanket or a cushion underneath the ankles, go ahead and take that at this point. From here, we'll take the arms out to goalposts. So this is a really good test of your range within your shoulders. You may find that you are quite limited, but hopefully over time you will build up greater range. So arms in goalpost, and from here the palms are facing forward. We'll keep the fingers together as we just start to lower the hands. Keep the elbows lifted so that they are even with the shoulders, and just rotate from that shoulder joint as far as you can. Now the palms should be facing towards the back. And on an inhale, we'll lift them back up to where we started, into that goalpost position. So we're going to do 10 of those. Nice and slow and controlled. And that's 3. And 4. And you'll find that it's really easy to fatigue, especially when you're holding your arms up for a long time. We're halfway there. I'm just doing 5 more. Again, back off, lower the arms, maybe shake your shoulders out if you need a moment. We've got 3 left. And that's the last one. Very good. From here, again, take the arms out to a goalpost. And what we're going to do is we're just going to draw the forearms together. And then expand wide. Feel wide across the collarbone as you bring the elbows again out to shoulder height. And we'll take that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On the last one, we're going to leave the forearms glued together, and the palms are also together. I'm going to move to the side so you can see this a little bit more closely. The elbows are still at shoulder height. And from here, we're just going to lift. But as you lift, I want you to really push into the hands and really push into the forearms, almost to the point where your arms are shaking. And you feel that connection through the front part of your arms. Lift just 1 or 2 inches and then come down only to shoulder height. And we'll do that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. From here, if you feel like you need a shakeout, go ahead and do that. Move the shoulders around in circles. Next, we will take some lat pulls. So you can continue in your kneeling position, but just lean the torso forward at about a 45-degree angle. And we're going to send the arms up alongside the ears, kind of like Superman arms. And then draw the arms down, doing some lat pulls, drawing the elbows to our sides, feeling the shoulder blades draw together. Again, that feeling like we're trying to pinch a pencil in between the shoulder blades. Extend it long and draw it together. We'll do 8 more. Keep that tailbone tucked and feel the navel drawing in. We can still stay strong in the core for these exercises. Let's take 2 more. Very good. And we'll take round 2 here. Like I said, if you're pretty fatigued, don't overdo it. We don't want to cause any extra sensory issues in the nervous system with the shoulder joint getting irritated if you're not at that point and if you're not ready to continue on with the exercises. But if you are, we'll take the hands out to our goalpost position again, and we'll start with those rotations, bringing the palms down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll come back up and then join those forearms together and expand it out wide for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Again, we'll rejoin those palms and the forearms and the elbows, keeping them at shoulder height, and we'll keep those, we'll take those lifts for an inch or two. Really press those forearms together for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Finally, we will end with the lat pulls. Take the torso at about a 45-degree angle. Extend the arms up alongside the ears like Superman, but keep the shoulders down and along the back. As you draw the elbows back together, you feel the shoulder blades start to come together as well. And then expand out long. Draw the elbows together and expand. We'll take 8 more. That's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Again, shake it out. From here, draw the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, and we'll stretch the arms out long. Draw the knuckles down towards the mat. Keep the tailbone tucked as you start to gaze towards the sky, but feel that downward motion of the knuckles really starting to pull towards the earth and open up through the front of the shoulders. Take a great big inhale here. And on an exhale, we'll just slowly release. We'll do one stretch here just to end our practice. Come onto your belly. We'll take that right arm out to a goalpost or a cactus shape, and then allow the right ear to settle onto the mat. From here, use the left hand, place it underneath the left shoulder, and we'll start to roll over onto that right shoulder. So you should feel a really big stretch in the front side of the right shoulder and the right chest. You can draw the left foot behind you. And use that left arm as leverage just to give yourself a little bit more of a stretch. It's a great way to control it. Nice steady inhales through the nose and then exhale out through the nose as well. As you practice these exercises, really make a point to bring yourself back to the breath so that you're breathing through each exercise and not holding on to any tension. And that will hopefully allow you to find a release in some of these tight areas sooner rather than later. We'll take that stretch over onto the left shoulder. So now the left side is in a cactus shape. And then rolling over onto your left side, you can draw that right foot behind you. Use the right hand to press into the mat and to control how much stretch you have in the front of that left shoulder and chest. This can be pretty intense. And then whenever you're ready, you can release and come back onto your belly. Use your hands to push yourself up and then come back into a seated position. And that's it. That is our super short shoulder strengthener and opener today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you have time to press play again so that you can use this to continue to build in the upper body. It's really important just to make ourselves feel better throughout the day so that we don't have all this tension that we generally carry within our back and our upper body. Have an amazing day. Make it a good one. Bye.